Hey guys, how's it going? BCHD here, and today I'm back with another video on the channel. So recently, Mr. Antoine Griezmann has been rumoured ever since January, pretty much, that he will be moving to Manchester United, and that Manchester United are very interested in the young French striker playing for Atletico Madrid. So what I've done in FIFA 17, I've put him in Manchester United to see if Griezmann could win Man United the title, Champions League, any form of silverware whatsoever, or just improve their league position in general. Mr. Antoine Griezmann has joined Man United to see the true impact he'll have if he does join the team this summer, as rumoured by many papers. But what we're going to do is we're going to send to January, see how Mr. Antoine Griezmann is going in his new team at Manchester United, and see if he's improved the team whatsoever, or if he's just another flop at the club. And as you can see, we have hit January, where Antoine Griezmann has not completed in his first season, and currently we're top of the table by a landslide. Oh, not really, I guess 12 points, but solid at the top. Man City and Liverpool having terrible seasons, what it's looking like so far. Hull, Burnley and Bournemouth are in the relegation zone. Our closest title contenders, Spurs, Arsenal, and surprisingly Crystal Palace, which do well in many career modes. We're going to take a look at the top goal scorers for the Premier League so far, and as we can see, Townsend has his place with 11 goals, and not Griezmann, but Ibrahimovic and Pogba with 10 and 9. So, and Mr. Griezmann there, he's sitting at 6. So, Ibrahimovic and Pogba have had standout seasons so far, and Griezmann's just in the shadows with only 6 goals and 6 assists. Pretty balanced for him. It's only halfway during the season, so he has the second half to improve on that. As you can see there, many green stats, which of course you expect from such a high-rated player like Griezmann. But he's played 17 games in the Prem, scored 6, assisted 6, so it's probably just about average. If he would sign, that would be some average stats they would expect. That's not extravagant or whatsoever, but we're going to see what those stats turn into at the end of the season, and how Manchester United fare in the Premier League with Antoine Griezmann. We've come to the last game of the season against Crystal Palace at home. We have lost and drawn the last 2 games against both North London teams of Arsenal and Tottenham, so it might have dented some sort of title challenge, and we have not lost the league yet. If Tottenham draw on the last day, I'm pretty sure, and we win against Crystal Palace at home, we win the title. But if Tottenham do anything else but win, they will win the title, and we will lose the title out to Spurs in what looked like we were ahead by miles in January. What looked like a definite title in January has turned into probably slip at the end, much like Steven Gerrard in 2014. So far we have a Martial goal for the team, so it's looking like we're winning this game at home against Crystal Palace, our former title contenders. Somehow they always do well in career mode simulations. We did end up winning that 2-0, but it wasn't enough to secure the title. Spurs did take it out, as we did lose to them. I think we probably gave it to them on the last few days of the season, where we lost 2-1. However, Griezmann's performance, only 9 goals in the Premier League. In the second half of the season, he couldn't even get to double figures. Not very mediocre, not even great stats from Antoine Griezmann so far. Ibrahimovic with 10 goals for the team, and we only have 9 goals and 10 assists from Antoine Griezmann here at the end of the first season he's been with Man United. Hopefully that leaves room for more improvement. I mean, he's got such great stats, as you can see there. Such a high-rated player, he should be doing much better in this sort of team. But maybe Ibrahimovic and Pogba have been taking the limelight out. But finishing second, meaning we do have some Champions League football to look forward to. So if we do enter the knockout rounds, I will be simulating them, and we do here with Ajax in the round of 16. They did just win the Europa League final against Ajax not too long ago, a few weeks ago. So they're entering Champions League football next year, but we end up losing that one 2-1 on the road, but we did get that ever so crucial away goal. So we're into the second leg at Old Trafford. Griezmann opens the scoring there with in the 10th minute. He gets himself a double before the first half. So by this, we are going through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And so far in the league, we are currently sitting 4th. The FA Cup, we got knocked out in the early rounds against Leicester, I believe. And in the EFL Cup, we got knocked out in the round of 16 against the new winners, Arsenal. And as you can see there, the Champions League quarterfinal draw. I mean, there's no more easy teams at this stage. So, if we do go through against a massive superhouse Bayern, we could face a very good team. But we need to get past Bayern first. Bayern, very solid powerhouse in Europe, as we've seen over the past few years. The boys are ready for it. Griezmann, Martial and Pogba, the French trio up top, to see how the boys fare in this Champions League tie. It gives an indication of how they'll do next year in the Champions League after winning the Europa League. So we've got the French trio up top, Spanish duo in the midfield with Mata and Herrera. Let's see how the boys do against Bayern at home. Expecting to get a few goals here. Pogba starts off with a yellow card in the first minute, but Lewandowski, the Polish striker, gets a goal there in the 36th minute, just before half time. Can we get a comeback here? We're looking for a goal, but we do not end up getting it, and we're left with a big challenge on the road to Munich. And we are at the Allianz Arena in München. We're going to see how the boys fare on the away leg of this trip to see if we can get ourselves into the semi-final of the Champions League. So we've got the exact same lineup. Oh no, we do not have Griezmann on because he's stamina is very poor. So Fosu Mensah gets us a goal in the 4th minute. We're back in the tie as we see, but Thiago gets a goal. We need 2 goals to go through as it stands. And Thiago gets himself a double, so we're left with a big task. We need someone to step up and score some goals. Come on, and 80th minute now. And Costa finishes us off 4-1 on aggregate. We couldn't beat Bayern. But on the last day of the season, we still ended in 4th. The Champions League sort of distracted us probably, and we've only lost the league by about 4 points. So maybe if we didn't go that far in the Champions League and won a few more domestic games, we could have maybe challenged for the title a bit more. But Stoke and Arsenal have run away with that, and we can't win the league this year. Our last game against Liverpool, I'm going to simulate, see how we go, but Aston Villa and Sunderland will be going down as well. We're away to Anfield, our last game of the season. Let's see if Griezmann can bag himself a few goals. And Pogba does finish it with a 1-0 victory to the boys, but doesn't mean we win the league. Griezmann gets second top goal scorer with 15 here, just below Coutinho with 16. Willian was right behind him with 14. And as you can see there, he's had a massive improvement from the second season. The Champions League must have revitalized him, because he's just had not outstanding, I mean, he's had a above par season from last season. With more Champions League games to play, he's got himself 18 goals and 12 assists in all competitions, which is respectable numbers for Griezmann, but he wants to be aiming that bit higher if he's going to be the next Ballon d'Or winner, as many people have predicted him, maybe Neymar, to be. So at the 3rd season, I've just simulated all the way through, no simulations for Champions League games, just had one whole simulation, no stoppages in January whatsoever. And as you can see there, we did get a Champions League semi-final. We're going to see if that did translate into a Champions League final, but we're going to check the ladder. And we have this year lost the league by a big margin, 10 points, as we have finished on 71 points. Which is very underwhelming, knowing that Griezmann won't be able to win the league for Manchester United if they were to buy him this transfer window. Knowing that we would need some more reinforcements, more than Griezmann, in order to challenge for the trophy. Martial did end up getting top goal scorer, which is quite surprising because he's lower rated than Griezmann. I mean, he's a great player on this game, got bags of potential on career mode this year. But you'd expect to see Griezmann probably 91 rated by now. be there, but he did make his fair share in other competitions such as the FA Cup, Champions League and EFL Cup, getting himself 21 goals and 4 assists in his last season for Manchester United. Unfortunately, those 3 seasons didn't end in a trophy. Always a top 4 finish, got to the semi-final of the Champions League. Just very disappointing from Mr. Griezmann over here. For the caliber of player that he is, with the 91 overall, next to one of the great upcoming strikers, you'd expect some sort of trophy, some sort of silverware that he would win for us. But unfortunately, he didn't do that in FIFA. Hopefully he turns that around in real life if he does join United this transfer window. If you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like, rating on the video, subscribe for more FIFA 17 career mode content, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.